Vivian Paley, page 132. Let's get this done. These days I'm feeling ambivalent about fairy tales for young children. Even when I use my own words and modify the danger potential, the children seem worried. Samantha and Lily take turns asking if someone is about to be eaten or lost. And Arlene wants to know if I'm telling it the real way, and real means scary. Even so, the discussions afterward tend to be quite remarkable. By the time most children are 4, they can identify and debate many of the issues hidden in these age-old plots. Today, even Jason has moved to join a discussion of the 3 little pigs. I wonder if the mother pig missed her children, I ask, thinking immediately that this is too manipulative of a question. She's not nice, Lily responds. She made them go away from her. Maybe she just couldn't handle them, Lily, Samantha says. Yeah, she lost all her money, Joseph adds. Maybe a thief came and took it, Alex says. But Lily is sorry she made her children leave, and I'm sorry I asked a question that makes Lily feel sad. Probably she didn't know there was a wolf, I say. She didn't. She did know, Joseph argues. See, she wanted the boys to get away from the wolf before the wolf came so she could trick him and she could stick him with a stick. She could stick a fork through the wolf, then he says. She could shoot a gun. I'll do it right now. Pow! Pow! Jason aims his helicopter blade at the center of the rug. They didn't have guns in those houses, Jason. She has to use an axe. Or a fire, Simon, Jason replies, and boiling water. Your idea is interesting, Joseph. You think she had a feeling there might be a wolf coming, so she thought of this idea to save her boys. She sent them away, and the children wouldn't be home, he says, and she was stronger. Stronger than the wolf, I ask? Everyone nods in agreement. Much stronger. The mother is much, much stronger, they tell one another. I have another question up my sleeve. I wonder if the pigs ever go back to live with their mother. There is an immediate chorus of yeses. She misses her children, Edward says, because she doesn't like it to be alone with the baby. Jason decides. Oh, do you think she had a baby at home? The children ponder the notion in silence. It is an awesome moment. Nah, she didn't, Jason, Joseph responds. She was too poor. And she was too busy, Alex adds. The children don't want to think of a baby at home while the little pigs are out in the forest with the wolf. But Jason thinks there might be a baby, I remind them. Jason, see, that baby is the littlest pig, Katie explains. That pig went away, too. I think maybe they could go back to live in their old house, and they would see the wolf hanged up on the wall, Joseph states in finality, as if he could envision the entire inside of the mother's house. Where's the daddy, I wonder? They don't have a daddy. Maybe he got killed by the wolf, Alex suggests. He did. He was out hunting, and the wolf killed him. No, Jason said, he's at work. Yeah, he's flying in a plane to a meeting. He might be in a hotel visiting someplace. And when he can't come back, Alex decides, the mother tells him, don't worry, the children will be home in a minute. How shall we act this out, I ask. The way I told it, the pigs don't get eaten by the wolf. That's not the real way, Simon says. I don't like the real way, Lily replies, and everyone agrees with her, including Simon. Okay, the pigs run to their brother's brick house. Now, how about the ending? I had the wolf run off to another forest, but in most books, he's cooked in boiling water. Yeah. In the chimney, Jason completes the image. This is the most involved he has ever become in a formal group discussion. Yeah, he's boiled. They all seem to agree. All right, who will be the wolf, I ask. There are no volunteers. Had the wolf been in a child's story, several hands would be raised, but there is a wariness about taking his role in an adult conceived tale. Well, we do need a wolf. I'll be the wolf if he runs away. Shall we let the wolf run away then, I ask? There are no objections, and we begin. The children have gained control of the 3 little pigs through discussion and dramatics, and the effect is not lost on Jason. The next morning, he wants to know if Arlene has a wolf in her story. Is there a big bad wolf in there, he asks her. There might be, she replies. Once upon a time came a mommy and a daddy. Then came a brother and a little girl. The mommy had a sword. Then the daddy said, why do you have a sword? Because there's a wolf in my story. Then they go to sleep. Arlene has been watching Jason. You want to be the wolf, Jason? Does he get boiled? He runned away when he seed the sword. Okay, Jason agrees, but once in the story room, he changes his mind. Then, as each story is taken from the pile to be read and acted, he asks the author if there's a wolf in the story. Jason is not a slow learner. He is a cautious researcher. He takes each new idea and collects data on its application until he is satisfied that he knows every response and reaction it might receive in the outside world. He expects mistakes and wants them to occur in his own controlled setting. There are a number of ideas Jason is at work on right now. He has expanded his break and fix theme to include a lost and found kitty, a locked and unlocked house, and an occasional squirrel or baby. In his many repetitions, he examines the ways in which the players control the fantasy and allow themselves to change roles and move back and forth between several points of view. In this, Samantha is a constant goad and agent of reform. This is my two-seater, Jason tells Samantha. Let me be the mother driver. You can't. You're the little kitty. No, I'm not. I'm the mother dog. You're my baby doggy. Jason, look at the fan belt. It's broken. I have to fix it. Jason, no, we're doggies. Just be a doggy. Then I'll look at the fan belt later. Come on. You won't be a real doggy, baby. Just only pretend. Jason, listen, stop turning that. You're really a helicopter, really, but you're pretending a baby. Okay, Jason, okay? Jason has been staring at Samantha during her outburst, thumb in his mouth and his eyes glowing larger. Well, Samantha is annoyed with her friend. Come on, Jason, or I won't play with you ever. Then later I'll look at the fan belt 10 times. Jason laughs and replies, woof, woof. Good. Here's your bottle, little doggy. Put your foot like that. Pretend you can't walk yet. And I have to teach you. Come on, little doggy. Your mother's taking you to doggy school so you can get big. Samantha's explanation, you're really a helicopter, really, but you're pretending a baby, could never be used by a teacher. The statement can only be made by another child because it must stay within the child's context of reality. Coming from a child, it means you're really pretending to be a helicopter, but for a moment, the helicopter will pretend to be a baby. If I told Jason he was really a helicopter, he'd become confused. He depends on the adult to know he is a boy. Yet, once when I said to him, I know you're pretending to be a helicopter, he cried in anger, I am a helicopter. The adult and child's points of view cannot meet sensibly on this issue. When Samantha tells Jason he is a pretend or real anything, he knows she accepts his persona on the same basis as he himself does, without altering his internal or external position. In this single exchange between two young children, there are important implications for classroom teaching at all levels. Children are able to teach one another best if they are permitted to interact socially and playfully throughout the day. Samantha zealously shows Jason how to move between two positions, which is to say, to study another point of view. When they are older, they will teach each other how to alter other perspectives, from past tense to present, from one mathematical system to another, from one subject to another. Where attitudes and perceptions must be changed, teacher and learner do well to begin with similar premises. Of course, premise is not all there is to know about the learner. There is style. There is style, an often overlooked factor. Jason, for example, seems to need many samples of a single point, whereas Joseph wants to see everything at once and then fill in the holes when no one is watching. Come to think of it, Jason reminds me of Fritz, my graduate school friend of long ago who went from classroom to classroom checking out a single question for his dissertation. What is the relationship between a teacher's perception of a troublesome child and the reality of the case? Day after day, Fitz watched both Charles and my reaction to Charles until he had seen us under every sort of circumstance. Jason works the same way, though he is not an impartial observer. He flew his helicopter into the children's stories and noted their consistently negative responses. Meanwhile, certain of his ideas, repeated often, have become familiar games. The Simon is outside the window research is a perfect example of the latter. I see Simon outside the window, Jason still says about once a week. But Simon's initial anger has turned to amusement. Yeah, I'm sitting on a tree. I see Simon outside in a tree. Yeah, I'm flying in the sky. I see Simon in the sky. Yeah, I'm on the moon. I'm a moon guy. Moon boom. Simon thinks it's funny. So Jason continues to see a squirrel outside the window. The children become angry, so Jason no longer flies into their stories. Unlike Fritz, who announced his goals before beginning a research project, Jason recognizes the goal after the fact. His "Do you have a helicopter?" is not so simple a question as Fritz's "Who do you think is the worst child in your class?" Both questions, however, are sincere attempts to study the classroom, and both questioners demonstrate the excitement of chasing after that which they don't know. Fritz couldn't wait to tell me every day what he was discovering in my classroom, and Jason is beginning to do the same thing. Look, teacher, I told Simon, he's out the window and he flied to the moon. Every time you tell him he's outside, he makes up a new story. I see Simon outside in a tree, Jason says gleefully. You can't see me, Jason, because my squirrel hole is invisible. The boys think Simon's newest response is hilarious, but no more so than Fritz. I did about some of Charles's inventions, but Fritz and Jason have made me see the classroom in more human terms, and there are few behaviors more human than laughter and invention.